Well, good morning, everyone.
I'm Jackie.
You had to jump ahead. I'm Jason.
I know. And I'm Jackie.
We are.
The Flames.
All right, guys, back for another edition of Keep the Flame Alive. We have a busy day today. This is actually kind of nice just to sit still for a minute.
It is nice.
I've already gone to the gym this morning, already packed away the flags from Veterans Day. Then I have a private lesson. Then we go to a board meeting.
Then what?
Then we go pick up a new dog. And then I don't know. And then we got classes and a special event tonight. So it's a busy day.
I've done laundry and
Let's
made
go.
that essential cheers
Cheers.
trip.
At Starbucks.
Starbies.
All right. Well, let's this week we're going to talk about date night isn't dead and why we still prioritize it. We're going to dive into the importance of staying intentional about connection, no matter how busy it gets. No matter how busy it gets. We reflect on how date nights have evolved over the years, from grand outings to simple moments that keep our bond strong. Together, we'll discuss the excuses couples often make for skipping quality time, how they overcome them, and why investing in each other is essential for a thriving marriage. With personal stories, laughter, and practical insights, this episode will remind us that love doesn't fade. It just needs a little time, effort, and creativity to keep the spark burning.
Wow.
Wow, that's a great summary.
Okay.
So last night, before we go into all the questions, last night we had a really cool date.
Super, super cool date that I've been waiting for so many years. We went to go see one of my favorite ever Lifetime bands, Lifehouse.
It was really good. It was really good. It was at the El Rey Theater in Hollywood, and I had never been there before. It's a really small venue, really intimate. We had great seats. Before the show, we got to do a meet and greet, which was really cool. Jason and Steve were there, right? And we got to meet them, and it was kind of cool because Jason lived in Agora Hills for a little while,
Go
just like Jackie Flame. So yeah, we got to chat for a minute, and what was really cool was that they were totally taking their time at the meet and greet. They weren't pushing people through. They were taking pictures. They were signing posters. They were making conversation. They were hugging everybody that came up. Like they were I really felt like they were super grateful that everybody was there.
Yeah.
And you don't always see that in a situation like that. So it was a super fun date night. We got to eat next door.
We had to eat next door.
Yeah.
They required it. Kind of.
Kind of. No, they did. I mean, other people, I think, walked out and went somewhere else. But yeah, it was a really, really fun date night.
Acoustic. It wasn't like Foo Fighters screaming in your ears, kind of yelling. It wasn't.
Which we both love.
We love Foo Fighters. No,
We've seen them like 3 times.
Yes, but it was not the yelling concert. It was chill. His voice still held up. It was just such a nice night.
It was a nice night. And really, really good songs. Played all the great ones. And then we listened to all the music on the way home. And it was yeah, so it was a bucket list for you, and I was really happy that we got to go together. And when did we plan that? Did we do that at the beginning of the year?
No, I was looking. He just dropped it in August, and I got in on the pre-sale right away. And yeah, so it's just been a couple months, but he hasn't toured in 6 years. And 6 years ago, when he toured with the Goo Goo Dolls, we were for some reason unable to go. And I did end up seeing we ended up seeing the Goo Goo Dolls anyway, which was also so cool in a small intimate theater. But yeah, it's all worked out really nicely. And it wasn't super late because
Well, it was late for us. It was an 8:30 start time, and they were done at a little bit after 10, and I was like yawning the whole way home. I can't believe 10 o'clock is like
late.
late. All right, well, let's get into some of the questions that we wanted to talk about. And of course, as always, if you have any questions as you are watching or any comments, please let us know. I see a couple of viewers out there watching us today. So let us know if you have any questions or comments. But let's talk about the why behind it. With everything that pulls at our time, work, kids, responsibilities, why is date night still something that we refuse to let go of?
Because we need that outlet together. we need to get away from the work, the home responsibilities, um, and just have time for each other sometimes.
Mhm. We, from day one, we met, we went on a date. We went out to dinner to El Torito in Thousand Oaks. That was our very first date. But like ever since then, ever since that very first night, like we have gone out a lot.
Hmm.
We go to the movies, we go to dinner. We used to like pack a little picnic and we would go to the beach. And um, even, during dating, we talked about this before, like after mass, your parents would take us to a theater or to a play, and it was always like dinner and then that. And that was like kind of like the foundation for date night. But for me, why? I mean, the simple answer is I just like spending time with you. Like I just like it doesn't really matter
Yeah.
where we are, and there's lots of different questions here that'll address this, but it really doesn't matter where we are, but it's like that time together. I love my job and I love spending time with our kids, and we love taking our kids on dates too. Like, I don't do it as much as I used to and as much as I would like to, but like, I always like taking Maddie to dinner and having our daddy daughter dates. And we have shopping coming up for Christmas, so we'll do that like we do every year. Mason and I have played, golf. So, like, kind of date
Yeah.
our kids too. And just, it's just all about spending time together and that quality time, whether it's, at a movie or just out on the golf course or wherever we go. I just think that time is the most important and precious thing that we have that we can never get back. Like once the time is gone, the time is gone. The kids are 23 and 20 now.
Yeah.
They'll never be this age again. They'll never be, young again. So like you have to enjoy the time that you have with each other while you have it, and while we have our health, and while we have the means to go out, because let's face it, it's not always cheap to go out. But to me, that's the greatest investment in our relationship, is like going out to dinner or going to a movie or going to a concert. Like I would much rather spend money on that we have time together, than buying something that might just kind of sit around.
Yeah, I remember even when the kids were little, and like you talk about it being a financial thing, like just to leave the house is, back then $60 in babysitting, to go to the dinner, and now it's so much more. Um, but we did make that a priority, I think, really often.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, being so well connected and involved in kind of so much here in town, it's kind of nice to get out of town sometimes
Hmm.
too, and just get a change of scenery. So yeah.
Well, going out while we're in town, going to M on High Street for dinner, before we sit down, we've probably talked to five different couples, and
Yeah.
as people are walking in, we recognize a lot of people. It's a small town. We live in a small town, so we get to see everybody, and that's great.
Hmm.
There's definitely great parts about that, but sometimes it's nice to get out of town and just have some alone time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I enjoy most. So let's go to number two.
Redefining date night. What does a date night really mean to you now? And how has that changed since we first started dating years ago?
Um, a lot of it really hasn't changed for us. Um, I remember, sometimes people would say like, just when you have kids, to have some alone time, like just go sit in your car
Yeah.
somewhere, and like that could be a date. Like just go. We like road trips. We love road trips, and we have some of the best conversations and listen to the best music and tell the end up having the greatest stories with or without the kids,
Yes.
from road trips. And so like just being in the car is a date. So I don't really think that it has changed over the years. I think that, if anything, financially we can afford to do more things, maybe,
Sure.
right? When we were kids, there are certain things that we didn't value, and we weren't going to spend our money on that. So we did the simple things. But now, um I mean, the meet and greet, that was a luxury. That was not something that like we had to do, but we could do it, and like why not? Like
Yeah.
that's something cool to add on to the experience, and it'll be something that now you have pictures of, you have video of, and we'll talk about that for years to come. So, um, those kind of memories are really cool. But I don't really think that date night means anything different now than it was before. I don't think the kinds of dates we go on are really all that different because, again, as long as we're together, we're gonna make a memory and have a good time.
Yeah, and how many times have we just like gone down to the beach and just sat on the sand and like, and yes, usually we end up getting Malibu seafood. But I
The
mean,
best.
sometimes we don't. Like it, sometimes we just sit there and just look at the water for an hour or a half hour,
Mhm,
whatever, and we just come back home, which we probably don't do as much as we would like to, right? That's
mhm,
something, and it's closer than we think, and it's just a matter of prioritizing it and doing it. But I mean, it can be as simple as that. That's a date event, maybe
mhm.
not a date night, a date afternoon, but can be any time of day. Like we will have breakfast on Thursdays after Rotary, or um, you know, Sundays
The
after
best.
church. So yeah,
Yep. Yeah, just a simple like, and then sometimes it's just out of nowhere. Like, hey, I have an hour free and you have an hour free. Like, let's just meet up for lunch or let's meet up to
yeah,
grab coffee or whatever. Or sometimes it's I'll come home in between, working out and appointments and going back to teach, and we'll watch one of our shows.
yeah,
And like sitting on the couch can be, a date night. We've had plenty of, date nights watching movies and watching different series together. So that's one of our favorite pastimes,
well,
actually.
now they're going to be where we can take a puppy. And we can,
Now, well, let's see where we can take a puppy. We will see. All right. Let's talk about quality over quantity. How do you make date nights meaningful even when time or budgets are tight?
I don't, how we make it meaningful. I mean, just making the time for each other is meaningful to me, right? It doesn't even have to be so substantive. It can be just truly getting out of the house. I remember babysitters, we had a baby Cassandra forever and ever. I loved her so much. Still love her. Would say, "Hey, where are you guys going?" She always ask, "Where are you guys going tonight?" And we are like, we don't care. Like we could just, like you said, sit in the car, drive down the street and be just as happy and just have our heads cleared and have quiet, uninterrupted time to talk. So, um, I mean, but to make it meaningful, we try to stay off our phones. Um, we never really are on the phone at eating time, or so that helps a lot to prioritize.
Well, when time or budgets are tight, I mean, I was thinking, how do we make it meaningful? Like sometimes we plan like this concert. I mean, we planned it in August, but I mean, we've done other concerts and events that we bought tickets for, and like we waited forever for it. And like the buildup makes it exciting.
I know.
Sometimes we'll talk about, our week and our weekend and um, looking forward to stuff. I think that like planning it in advance makes it meaningful because it's just that buildup. It's like Christmas is coming up and you count down the days until Christmas. Well, we will count down the days for like a really fun or cool or exciting date night.
For sure.
Um, and then some stuff just kind of pops up like on Halloween. Like that was
So fun.
like out of nowhere. Our friends Mike and Tanya invited us to go to Hollywood to see Frankenstein at the Chinese theater. And like that was just like out of nowhere, like the impromptu, and that made it meaningful kind of more after. Like it's so cool that we got to do
It
that.
was
And
so
then
cool.
we just talked about it so much. But so sometimes it's the lead up to it, and sometimes it's just those impromptu, like, let's just go do this.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done that for Disneyland,
Yeah.
where we said, like, when we had season tickets, like, let's just go to have breakfast at Disneyland. And that was meaningful. And it's not always easy because of time. I mean, like we said, today is a very, very busy day. And even you said, well, we could skip the podcast today and maybe do it next week because we skipped last week because we had something else too. And it's like, no, we can fit it in. We can make the time. I mean, this is a date right now,
It is,
right?
actually it is, because
Yeah.
we leave and we're like, okay.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
But wait, first
What?
Frankenstein?
What?
Can we talk about that? Like
We
how great
can.
it was? If you haven't seen Frankenstein, the new 2025 with Jacob Elordi, you must see it. It is
So
so
good.
good.
And I normally am not like an artsy type person because it was a very artsy movie. But I absolutely loved afterwards. We have all these like meet and greets and all these little Q&A things. I just saw McFoley, we saw Lifehouse last night, and when we were at Frankenstein, we got to hear an interview with
Guillermo del Toro,
yeah, and who interviewed?
Jason Reitman, Ivan Reitman's son, also amazing.
Super cool, right? Like the coolest part about listening to Guillermo was just the passion that he had in like making the movie. Like it made me love the movie that much more
Yeah.
because he was so into it. But yeah, really good movie. Got to go see it. It's on Netflix. Um, I actually want to watch it again as soon as we can. Both our kids watched it, loved it. Totally different type of take on Frankenstein, but yeah, super cool movie. Got to see it. Make it a date night. Have some popcorn, get some candy,
Okay.
popcorn and candy.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about overcoming excuses for date nights because those are easy to come by, right? When we're busy. What are some of the most common reasons that you think most couples stop making time for date night? Like, and how do you overcome that?
Well, the easiest one is I don't have enough time because of work or when you have young kids, it's really easy to say, well, we're so busy doing everything for the kids,
Yeah, I'm
we
tired.
don't get any time for ourselves, right? There's just not enough time.
Or I'm tired, or I don't have a sitter. That plays into it.
100%. Yeah, having a babysitter is really a challenge because a lot of people, may not have family or they don't have the means to pay a babysitter.
Yeah, sure.
Um, so yeah, I mean, but I think it's to overcome the excuse is, you know, remembering, why you got married and because you love each other and you love spending time together and that time only strengthens your marriage, which I think sometimes the opposite happens. How many times do couples get married, start their career, have kids, and 20 years later they look across the table at each other and they're like, now what?
And 20 years goes by, as we know, in a blink, right? Like you think we'll prioritize each other later after the kids are raised or they're through this sport or whatever, and then it just doesn't happen. And it's so easy to forget the couple portion, but like that's the foundation, that's the base of everything. And you have to keep that centered. I mean, for us, it's Christ centered, it's our foundation, and then it's the kids.
Yeah. It's really easy to get caught up in our careers and in our jobs and allow that to just kind of take over and that becomes your life. And like I said, in 20 years, when you're looking across the table and you're just like, now what? Like, what do we have in common? What do we do? Like, it's like starting over.
Yeah.
And instead of like just for us, like I think when the kids move out, whenever that is, I have no idea
I
when that
don't know
will
when
be.
that's gonna be.
And you know what, they come and go pretty. I mean, it's not like they require a lot of us. But when they're home, we do like to try to spend time with them. But like, I know for a fact that we will date even more, and just look forward to even more time together and all the things that we haven't done yet. Because we were fairly young parents, like a lot of parents will do all their traveling and do a lot of experiences and things before they have kids. We kind of went the opposite route.
Yeah.
We went right into having kids and kind of saved some of the things for later, which, whichever way you go is great because if you're traveling together and you're doing stuff together. But, for the long term, for the longevity of marriage, I think that just making that time and being focused on how it strengthens the relationship and how it keeps the communication strong. Because, like, it's not just about the experience, it's about the conversation in the car, like, and looking across. Like, I looked at you 5 times last night while you were watching and listening to the music, and I could see how you were so happy and so like I could see times when you got emotional too, and like I would rub your back because I knew like, and it's just like it just all these emotions if we weren't on this date together and we were just sitting on the couch together or just not sitting across from each other and not really talking, wouldn't really have that emotion.
Right.
And that emotional connection, I think, stems from some of that. So I'm not sure if that totally answers the question, but it's easy to make the excuses. And you just have to remind yourself of how much good it does for you and for the relationship.
I think too with us, like so for us, it's been a strength. It's not for every couple, but a lot of couples prioritize their downtime, like with girls' nights or with, guys' nights out or guys' trips. That's super common, right? Guys go on do the Vegas trips and the poker tournaments and all the things. And we just have chosen to not do that. If we go out as couples, and I don't have anything negative to say about people doing that. I think there's also a lot of value to having girls' nights and guys' trips, and I support you if you want to do that. We just never have been into that. And
I I do not like going anywhere without. I don't like traveling without you. I don't like going anywhere without you. It's just, and that's again, that's just us. Not to say that that's not good for somebody else, but
yeah,
um, I think when you start focusing on you more than you focus on us or we, um, that could become a potential problem. I mean,
yeah,
we see it with midlife crisis all the time, right? Where you go through something where you're so focused on like improving yourself or doing you, but now you're like this totally different person too. Instead of doing things, I love doing things with you. I love when we get to work out together. I love when we get to date together. I love when we get to travel together. We wake up and we get ready for our day together.
right.
We make meals together. It's just how it's always been for us, and I think that is what has worked for us and what keeps us going strong after all these years.
Yeah. The other day you went into our bedroom and you put your pajamas on, and I was like, wait, we didn't decide to go to sleep yet. Like we go to sleep at the same time and
I was
I was-
tired.
I know. I was like,
I was
so
tired.
we are always together. Anyway,
All right, last one.
keeping the spark alive.
What's one date night that stands out as truly special and what made it memorable for us both? Well, obviously last night, because it's so immediate. That was super memorable. I think that we'll talk about that for a long, long time and how cool it was and how exciting it was. Our date night with the Surgots recently. Every date night with the Surgots is always cool.
Yeah, we shut down every restaurant we ever go to. We don't mean to, but we do.
See, and that's what's cool. Like finding another couple that loves spending time together as much as we do, and
Yeah,
then spending time with them because it's kind of contagious,
yeah.
and I just yeah, I love it. So you were gonna say.
I was just thinking, and not that we go to a million concerts, but it happened to be another concert experience. It was like I don't know, like a Thursday or something. And we were like, what are we doing this weekend? We have nothing. Well, there's a Pink concert down at the Forum. And we just like, you can always get tickets last minute. And we got these like obscure side stage, really close tickets, but it ended up being really cool because we could see all the performers come out, and we ended up seeing Pink at the Forum, which was a really entertaining concert. And she's not like our favorite artist, but it was like a really fun date
Mm,
night out, and we were happy. And I don't know, that was just because it was so spur of the moment, and it just happened to everything fell into place, and it was just such a great night.
mhm.
I don't know, that's just one that I always think about. It was like such a fun last minute thing that we did.
We have gone to a lot of
No,
concerts.
we have, but I mean, like we're bringing it up so much. Sounds like we go every weekend. We just definitely don't go to a concert every
We
week.
live in LA, people know
We
that's what people
could.
do. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
No, yeah, I mean concerts fun. I think our Disneyland dates, um, before kids and with kids, like we absolutely loved going to Disneyland. We went
Let's go.
at least, I mean, at one point we went like every week, and it was like our place. It was
Yeah.
like happiest place on earth, but like for us it really was our happy place. Like the kids loved it, we loved it, but even before the kids went, we loved it. I think that may be why
Why
they
they
fell
love
in love with it because
it.
we went so much. But I mean, there were so many times that we went on around Christmas time. Like that was really fun. And during Halloween time, all the holidays, those were always good. Yeah, last night was really cool. Our date night with the Surgots at Frankenstein was really cool. I'm getting older, so my memory doesn't go back like very far, very quickly.
No, I know.
Um, we've had some really, really nice dinner dates. Um, I mean, we've eaten at probably every restaurant around, like definitely in Ventura County, I'm sure.
No.
Come on, we've been to like everywhere. But and just enjoying the conversation.
Yeah.
Like the conversation is what makes the date so fun. Like we could literally just talk for hours.
Or go on walks. I mean, that also constitutes as something, right? I mean, just spending time together. It doesn't have to be a big fancy
Hmm.
deal. It just any time together that you plan. But it is sometimes nice to get dressed a little nicer and to get out of town or stay in town and be dressed nicely. And um, you
You know what?
forget about that value.
You know what else were some cool, like if you're gonna call them date nights, when you did the poker nights for SYB. Those
Oh
were
my
fun. Those
gosh.
were fun because we got dressed up for that. Like a
Super
lot of them,
dressed
we
up.
got dressed up um and just kind of like hanging out with all our friends.
I'm glad
That
you
was fun.
enjoyed hanging out. That was like massive volunteerism and work for me, but
I got to hang out. It was fun.
I
I got to
know.
enjoy all your
No, it was super fun. It's just fun to be dressed up and everybody's spirited and happy and watching the drunk people. That's super fun always. I love watching a drunk.
All right. Well, there you have it. There's as you can tell, we love to date. And we encourage every couple, whether you're just starting out, whether you just got married, whether you've been married for years. I think that uh, dating your spouse or significant other as much as you can, as often as you can, for as long as you can, I think that's going to be a really great key to success in your relationship.
Do it together. I mean, do it with other couples. Just do it, right? Like however it ends up working out, just time together is so important.
Oh, you know what? Um,
I think
to all the guys out there, you could probably learn from how I didn't. Sometimes planning things is key because I am not a good planner at dates. I'm just not. I'm good with ideas, but I don't plan them well. There's probably only been a handful of dates that I like really planned out like in
like
advance.
reservations you're talking
Yeah,
about. You're not a reservation
not very
planner.
good at that. I'm a little bit more off the cuff, but sometimes that's what makes it fun too.
That actually saved us last night. If we had reservations last night for dinner, we would have missed the meet and
See?
greet. So,
See, so never mind. Forget my advice. No, but I'm saying, for some of the guys out there that really don't put any effort in at all. I mean, I think the effort, just the simple effort of making a reservation or making a plan, or
or dressing nice. Your wife wants to look nice. Your wife wants to dress up. Yes, she does.
is that, did you at me?
No, you looked so nice last night. You had a nice button-down shirt on
I
and
did.
nice
One
shoes.
too many buttons after I looked at the pictures.
No, I saw it. I was all for it. I was like, leave that unbuttoned. That's good.
All right. Well, I guess we could banter here all day long, but it's almost a 30-minute video and we try to keep it short. So anyway, guys, do us a favor, like, share, comment, go to Master Motivation Podcast on YouTube and subscribe, not only for more Keep the Flame Alive episodes, but go check out some of the Master Motivation podcast interviews. I've had some really amazing guests on the show.
Yeah.
Also, still trying to work with Danny. Danny, if you're watching, I still got to get back on. I want to do our Tuesday thoughts again. We've got a bunch of Tuesday thoughts on there that talk a lot about faith and different topics relating. So check that out. Otherwise, check us back next week on Wednesday at about 10 a.m. That's when we like to go. So hope you guys all have a great week. If you're here in California, stay dry. It's supposed to rain, I guess. Boo.
It's gonna rain on my new puppy, you guys.
No
Get ready to
rain.
be barraged with baby girl Gucci pictures.
Gucci. Only you can name your dog Gucci.
Oh no, just you wait.
All right, guys, we are out. Mwah. Kiss. One more. Mwah.
Mm.
All right. See you guys. Have a great day.